Some of you don't know what it feels like to be free. That's why you're defending your 100 grand salary. Some of you don't know what it feels like to not have to fret about what the light bill comes to. You don't know because it's the norm to you. And that's why I make posts like this, to show you that that's not the norm. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So yes, I was absent for a little bit. I just needed a break and a lot of things were going on, and I didn't want to bring any sort of energy, you know, that wasn't positive over here. So I said, you know what, let me just take a little bit. I didn't post for like 2 videos. That's how, I don't remember how many days that was, but that's how I think of it. I think of it in terms of videos to be posted. So, but now, let me tell you, I'm ready to go. I want to make this video a little bit of, it's the regular Sunday chit chat type of video that I normally post. We're gonna talk today. I'm pretty sure you've seen the title by now, so you know what I'm gonna talk about, right? For those of you who are completely unaware of what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'm gonna bring you up to speed. We gonna talk today. We gonna chat today. So go get your rum, I don't know, wine, sangria, whatever it is, a mimosa, water, because your girl has not had alcohol in like a month. I haven't had alcohol in a month. Let me tell you, when I tell you that I'm just over here taking care of me, you better believe. Like, I don't think you understand. I'm still in therapy, no alcohol. I've been eating pretty well. I've been getting my physical activity in. Beast mode has been activated. I just want to encourage you to do the same thing, you know? Do what you need to do to make you feel your best. And that's kind of what I've done. So, as I said, we're gonna talk about what happened, and I'm gonna bring you up to speed if you're unaware of what I'm talking about. As per usual, I'm gonna be true to my personality. I'm gonna make it as factual as possible. It's not about feelings for me. It's never been about feelings for me. So I'm gonna stay true to my personality. Now here's the thing. Last weekend, I think it was last weekend, I made a post on my Instagram. Before I tell you what the post was, let me explain to you something, because I don't expect a lot of you on here don't follow me on Instagram, so you wouldn't know, but I think of you guys as like 2 separate families. I have my YouTube family and I have my Instagram family. How I am on Instagram, I post financial tips on my Instagram. I post just life tips on my Instagram. My Instagram is really here's some information that can help you in whatever area of your life. If I discover something as relates to fitness, I post it in my stories, or I rarely post it on my feed, but I post it in my stories. If I discover something financially related, I post it on my feed or my stories. It's just whatever I find will be helpful to you. I'll post it, I'll share it on my Instagram. But a large part of what I do on Instagram is really to get my ATMC, that's what I call it. So it's Anna the Money Coach, my ATMC family, to stop accepting mediocrity in their lives and to just get going. I say it on my Instagram all the time. I want to see everybody on my in my ATMC family in the winner circle come December 2022. And I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, this happened, that happened. I want you to have all the information. I want you to have as much information as possible. You're gonna have to do some work, because if you've never met me, I don't spoon feed a soul. Nobody, because nobody spoon fed me, and I feel like I became I became a much better person for it, because it taught me how to appreciate, it taught me how to research, it taught me how to value. So I will guide you, which is what I do on my Instagram. I'm not gonna spoon feed you. Anyway, having said that, I've always been like that on my Instagram. I always make posts just motivating people to get up and stop wasting time and go make something of themselves. If you're not doing anything, and if you already are doing something, I make posts to motivate you to just do more. Like, stop accepting mediocrity in your lives. Now, a lot of people on my Instagram go skip past my posts because sometimes my post may not be applicable to you. And usually I think my Instagram family is sensible enough to know if this that Anna is posting isn't applicable to me, I'm not gonna apply it to my life. I'd like to think, right? That's how my page has always been. My page has been around for years, and that's how it's always been. Anybody who's a certified ATMC family member can tell you that that's what the page is about. The reason why I'm so against mediocrity and the reason why I drive messages speaking against mediocrity is because I was living a mediocre life and I didn't even know it. So for me, what I think I'm doing on my Instagram is I'm kind of fast tracking the whole you not knowing process. I'm throwing it in your face that does this sound like you? Well, you're living a mediocre life. Let's wake up and let's not live a mediocre life. I don't want you to spend years and years and years living this mediocre life, not knowing that's what you're doing, and then you wake up years, decades down the line wondering where your life went. That's the thing, because as I said, I didn't know I was living a mediocre life until I slowly became aware, and then I made a change. So as I said, my page has always been about that, right? My YouTube family knows my YouTube is a very mild version of my Instagram page. Very mild version. I say it all the time on my Instagram live that my YouTube family, they know a very type of Anna. But my Instagram family does not. Yeah, I mean, they do. If you go live, if you come live with me, you'll know that that's how I am. But my page, if you're to go to my page, you're not gonna get that kind of Anna, because it's very, stop wasting your life. Do something about it. Stop complaining. Do something about it. Nobody's gonna change it for you. Now that I've said that I've made that condition clear. I have basically given you the preface. Let me tell you what happened. Last weekend, I made a post on my Instagram. I'm gonna actually find the post and I'm gonna read it to you. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I made a post saying this. Why are you on Instagram now? Just got off work and Instagram is your reward? If you have one stream of income, especially a stream that is less than minimum $480,000 per month Jamaican, get off Instagram right now and get off Instagram right now and go work on your future. Those ideas you've had for 10,000 years, go work on them now before someone else does. FYI, $480,000 per month is the bare minimum you need to survive in Jamaica. Realistically, factoring in inflation, and if you don't want to live hand to mouth. If you've gone this far in the post, leave now and do not go to bed until you have put in some serious work. Good night. That was a post I made on my Instagram. Now, if you're a part of my Instagram family, you know that this is the norm. I post this kind of thing all the time. But what happened was, I guess somebody who's not a part of my family, or maybe somebody who barely knows my, what's going on the page, they threw it on Twitter. They picked up the post and put it on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I went viral on Twitter without having a Twitter. I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it. But my point is, somebody put it on Twitter, and that is when all hell broke loose. I'm gonna tell you what I still haven't been on Twitter because I don't care for the comments, to be honest with you. I'm a very practical person, and in having a practical point of view and a practical personality, if your comments are not going to further a particular objective that is productive, I don't care for it. I don't need to know. If you're not saying it to discuss and have an enlightening converse, I don't really care to know. There's a difference. For example, your YouTube comments, I will go through it. Some of them are dunce, like comments that just come on to bash. They're dunce, and I will troll you. Okay, I will troll you. But most of the comments on my YouTube page are comments like, sometimes you agree and sometimes you don't agree. And when you don't agree, you'll never see me say you're an idiot. It's more like we'll have a discussion and Sometimes I will agree with you, you'll agree with me, or we just agree to disagree, right? Twitter is not that. Twitter is just a viper's nest, and I'm not here for that. So I still haven't been on. I don't know what the comments are on Twitter for myself. I've only been told what the comments are. So let me tell you, the comment that I made, the post that I made, sparked two particular sides. The first side of the comment, the first side of the commenters, or the first half of the commenters, basically are, oh my god, I don't earn $480,000 per month. I earn very little in as it relates to the 480, or in relation to the 480, or I earn close to 480, but it's just not 480. You know what? Let me take this as a call to action. Let me go and do some work. So 50% of the people take this from a very logical point of view, right? Like, wow, okay, 480,000, let me go do some work. The other half, the other 50%, this is what, and I mean, as I said, I've read comments myself, but from my understanding, guys, I had a whole interview on Beyond the Headlines because of this Twitter thing. And from my understanding from that interview and from some comments that I've been told of, it's a case where people are debating whether 480,000 is necessary for the bare minimum lifestyle. And when I heard that, my face was literally like, hold on. People are on there basically proving that they can do more with less. Why? Why are you defending this? Why are you defending this mediocre life? This is not even mediocre. This is less than mediocre. Why are you defending this? Why are you still okay coming on social media spouting this point of view? How are you comfortable coming on social media declaring that you earn $100,000 per month and you are living this particular lifestyle? How is this something to be proud of? How is this something to be okay with? The thing about it is that it's supposed to be a call to action. Even if you earn 100 grand and you're able to buy groceries and you're able to pay your bills, I am telling you, as a personal finance coach, that if you want to build a substantial portfolio, you cannot do that with $100,000 paying bills and groceries and all of that in the Jamaican economy with inflation at 10%. I've even heard that there are financial advisors on Twitter disagreeing with the, like, how can you be, like, let me just say this. Imagine your financial advisors telling you that $480,000 is a lot of money. I would run. I would sprint. Because the truth is this, I did another post. This is before this post went viral. I did another post breaking down the 480, and this is a breakdown that I see typically. Let me say, this is not what all of these breakdowns, the breakdown that I have here, all of these items are not necessarily what I encourage. For example, there's a breakdown for mortgage, which, if you've read my book, you know my point, you know my thought process on a traditional mortgage. But this is what the traditional person is gonna do. This is what the average person is gonna do in Jamaica. A person who is ambitious, trying to get into real estate, a person who is trying to not starve. This is what they're gonna try to do. And I'm merely telling you what it's gonna cost for you to do these regular average things. Because if you're gonna look at this and tell me that this is a great, amazing lifestyle, you're on the wrong channel, honey. You're on the wrong channel. Wrong channel. You have a mindset problem, and if you don't see it as a mindset problem, you're on the wrong channel. Because nobody who subscribes to having an abundant lifestyle and an abundant mindset is gonna agree with you. And most of the people on this page have that kind of mindset. So you're on the wrong channel. How the breakdown looks, guys. Mortgage, 25 million. That's gonna run you $132,000 per month. And before you tell me 25 million is a lot of money, it really isn't. For real estate in Jamaica in 2022, go do some research. A lot of people who are talking are people who are stuck in the golden age Go check out the cost of real estate nowadays. The government, and remember NHC just did a development where they're selling 1-bedroom apartments for, was it upwards of 25 million? Even if you're gonna build a house, because a lot of you are forgetting that I do that. Even if you're gonna build a house, you're gonna get like a 3-bedroom with this $25 million at the cost of material nowadays. You get a ton of steel for about 170,000. If you're lucky, 155,000. And I say if you're lucky because I bucked up on it the other day and I was like, what? In outside of Kingston, a block is gonna run you about $100 to $120. People are not thinking about these things. They're still stuck in the stone age of when property costs $200,000. If you're looking for 25 mil, that's gonna run you $132,000 per month. So those of you on Twitter talking about, oh, you can do so much with 100 grand, you already can't even afford one mortgage. I don't even factor in groceries or none of that. And I'm not saying this and this is why I spend so much time explaining my personality. I never ever say this to say, you can't afford it, ha ha ha. It's more of, you can't afford this, do better. There's so much information available to you. Go on my channel, my YouTube channel, go on my Instagram, read my book. There's so many places to get information from. It's 2022. If you're gonna sit down and be okay in this situation, I'm here to tell you, you should not be okay in this situation. That was the point of the post. I broke it down further. Utilities, and utilities mean JPS, water, internet, cable, cannot exceed 29,500. Your light bill cannot go past 10 grand, because if it goes past 10 grand, you won't be able to afford it. Car payment, 82,000, which everybody's like, this is a lot of money. When last you check the market, you don't know what's going on in 2022. That's the problem. This is gonna run you a $4 million vehicle. And even before you talk, okay, if you're in a couple, one person drive a $2 million vehicle, the next person drive a $2 million vehicle, still comes back to the $4 million vehicle. Gas prices, gas 30,000, which anybody who drive in 2022 in Jamaica know that this is very conservative. Groceries, 40 grand, cannot exceed 40 grand for the month. No matter how many people in your household, if this is your total income. Insurance, because if you had a mortgage, you had to get life insurance. You just had to. So that's about 16 grand. Your wants, 50 grand, which sound like a lot, but it's not really a lot, because if you have wants of 50 grand, you can only go to an all-inclusive hotel for one weekend, only twice a year. I don't know what in this sounds comfortable to you guys. And then I had investments of 90 grand if you want to retire on time. Not even like early in 5 years or so. This is like on time. How does this sound comfort? How are you defending this? How can you not want more for your life? That's really what it's about. You need to want more for your life. How can you be okay having to choose between, oh, I'm gonna choose between turning on the iron and locking the fridge at this? I don't know. Like how can you be okay with having to cap your light bill to 10 grand, and if you check it and see it's 9 grand, you have to sleep in, you have to not turn on the lights for another 2 weeks till the bill come? That sound comfortable to you? Let me explain something to you. A lot of people said I was arrogant. A lot of people, well, what I heard was a lot of people said I was arrogant. If you know me, you know that's like the last thing to describe me as. But if you're gonna take the post from the perspective of how dare you be comfortable with this, then okay, I'm arrogant. Because you should not be okay with this kind of life. Why are you imposing a limit on your own life? Why are you okay with that? Why are you okay with limiting your, this is the definition of limiting your life. How are you okay with this? How? You need somebody to throw these numbers in your face to show you what the cost of living in Jamaica really is. And this is like, you're not understanding how inflation works. You're not understanding how it feels to be free. Some of you don't know what it feels like to be free. That's why you're defending your 100 grand salary. Some of you don't know what it feels like to not have to fret about what a light bill comes to. You don't know, because it's the norm to you. And that's why I make posts like this, to show you that that's not the norm. It's not the norm to be fretting about JPS. You think JPS fretting about you? It's not the norm. A lot of people said that I'm entitled. I'm entitled. I work for every last thing that I have. Don't make my last name fool you. I did not grow up with a gold spoon. I did not grow up in wealth. I work for every last thing that I have. Everything. Everything. Do you understand? Everything. I wish I were entitled. I wish. But some of you need to understand that you need to wake up. You're gonna be in the comment section arguing about how I'm insulting people who earn minimum wage. Okay. I hope you're insulted, because I hope you take it to mean, crap, let me go try to make some more money, instead of sitting down and complaining that this is all you're earning. I don't do complaints, because you're not gonna see any change in your life if all you do is complain. You cannot just complain and expect change in your life. You are entitled for thinking that. Okay, you're earning minimum wage. This is 2022. Just like you have access to watch this video, you need to go on YouTube and figure out additional ways to earn money. My Instagram has so many ways that I've listed as to how to earn money. Most of them I've tested myself. So what are you saying to me? So many people message me too, asking if I meant what I said, if I misspoke, if my post is being taken out of context. I said exactly what I meant. I don't ever say things I don't mean. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. So, the conclusion to this video is that what I said, no matter how you feel about it, it's the truth. It's the truth. If you have a problem with my use of bare minimum lifestyle, that phrase, then you probably have a mindset problem. And you can do one or two things about it. You can sit down and sulk and be insulted like a child. Or you can do some introspection to figure out why you're so comfortable living this life that you're living on $100 grand salary, worse, a minimum wage salary. And why a lifestyle where you own real estate and you don't have to fret about JPS, and you can fly wherever you want to fly. You can buy your $100 grand ticket whenever you want to. Why that lifestyle, and why somebody's suggesting that lifestyle should be the bare minimum, why it affects you so much. Do the work. That is all I have to say about this topic. And this is the last time I will speak on this topic. I will more than likely speak about $480,000 again, because it doesn't change the fact that it's the truth no matter how you feel about it. But it's the last time I'm gonna address it. Do some work and make your life better. Like, nobody's gonna come and do it for you. Nobody's gonna come and save you. You're not Cinderella, and Cinderella is not real. Wake up. Stop pretending to be Cinderella. That is all for today.